Statesville Owls. Corndogs took game one in a triumphant comeback victory, 8-7 in favor of QC. Now trying to make it 2 in one day. And starting off with 2 strikes and 2 pitches is the starting pitcher for the Corndogs tonight, Drew Lanzo. That pitch is fouled back, so the count stays alive for Isaiah Williams-Rem. Williams-Rem had 2 singles in game 1 of this doubleheader. The Wingate product hits this one straight to second base, and the play made by Cannon Pierce is at second base. So 1 up, 1 down for Drew Lanzo.
Now batting the shortstop number 1, Alec Yount.
Sending up the shortstop, Alec Yount. That first pitch is outside for ball 1. Yount didn't play in game 1. And pitch 2 also just outside of the zone from Lanzo. So let's talk about Lanzo. His freshman year spent at University of North Carolina, Wilmington. The all-time win leader and strikeout leader for Hickory Grove High School before taking his talents to the Seahawks, now entering the transfer portal. One of the few lefties on this roster so far in the season, has 3 innings pitched with a productive 2 strikeouts and 0 ERA. And that's going to be a walk, sending Yount to first base, so the first base runner of the second game for the Owls. And Sion Barnett, who did play last game and was super productive, had an extra base hit in that contest. Once again, batting in the 3-hole for Statesville. Pitch 1 just outside for ball 1 for Lanzo. And that one right down Main Street for strike 1. So the 1-1 count, 1 out. Yount on first base. As Lanzo throws over to first baseman Peter Gallo, getting the start in the second game in place of Will Budnick. As that pitch is lined right towards the center, and it'll be a single for Barnett. And now 2 on, 1 out.
Now batting first baseman number 20, Aiden Canaday.
As number 20, Aiden Canaday steps up to bat for the Owls. Canaday fouls that one off to the left field for strike 1. Canaday, 6'2", 220 from Wake Tech Community College, getting his first action of the night in Game 2. as that pitch goes for another ball. So 2-1 count now for Lanzo. 2 runners on. Canada with his first at-bat of the evening. The lefty takes that one in the dirt, and Lilly throws it over to third. Samuelson gets doesn't get the tag in time. So Youts gets over to third safely. Barnett over to second, and now 2 in scoring position here early. So 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position, and now make it bases loaded. So an early jam here for Drew Lanzo. Last started in game 1 against Race City. That win against the Bootleggers, the back-to-back games against them.
17, Adam Featherstone.
Through 1 inning in that game. Light work for Lanzo, the Indian Trail native, who now is in a bit of a predicament, to say the least. Up at plate for the Owls is number 17, Adam Featherstone, who got some action on the mound as a pitcher. And this one is popped up. Gullo pursuing, and it drops right in between 3 Corndogs to even the count at 1. Featherstone from Rockingham Community College hit 4 home runs at RCC and batted .328 as he enters his sophomore year. He's a Charlotte product as well, so back in his hometown. And excuse me for the sporadic commentary. We had some technical difficulties to start this one off. But looks like all is good on our front. You know, wear and tear on the players, wear and tear on the technology as well for a doubleheader. In our first doubleheader of the season, as that goes to Sammy at shortstop, and he gets tripped over. That will bring in 2 runs for the Owls, and Nathan Sammy applied the tag at second base, but got upended in the process. And manager Jeff Pluta not happy about that one, and he might have the right not to be happy. I mean,
Now batting the catcher, number 10, Reese Crump. Just a reminder, fans, to please return.
we're still
all
letting
foul
the
balls
dust settle
to the
here.
dugout. Please return all foul balls. You retreat to the third base dugout. Thank you.
So, as things are sorted out here, the score will be 2-0. Just wanted to wait for the confirmation from the official scoreboard here. So with 2 outs, that brings in 2 runs as this atrocious cover of September is playing in the background, if you can hear it. And between this strange cover, and it looks like they're going to rule, are they going to take away that out? No, they're not. So it's going to be still 2 outs, 2-0 Owls, top of the first. Runner on first is Featherstone. And after all that chaos, we're back in action here with Reese Crump from Catawba College, the sophomore, up at the plate against Lanzo. The lefty beams in strike 1. Now trying to bounce back from his first earned runs of the 2023 season. as that one is fouled back. And now one strike away for Lanzo and the Corndogs to get out of this first inning, which has certainly been eventful to say the least. Doubleheader, game 2 right now between the Owls and the Corndogs. For those of you who didn't see game 1, Queen City came back from down 7-3 to win 8-7, as Featherstone is going to send it over to second base, and Crump will fly that one out into the glove of Luke Harris. So 2-0 Owls here, heading into the bottom of the first, where we'll pick up action right after this break. All right, welcome back, ladies and gents. Thanks for sticking with us through the little road bump there technologically in the first, as we're here for the bottom of the first, game 2 between the Owls and the Corndogs. As has become custom for Queen City, Garrett Sanner leading things off. Sanner went 1 of 3 in game 1. Got a single late to help rally back and get that comeback win, as that pitch is in there for strike 1. So even count now, as the pitcher tonight in game 2 for the Owls is Todd Harris, 5'8", 170-pound junior from Anderson University. Gets that one low for ball 2. Harris, who attends at Anderson, the same school as starting first baseman for this game, Peter Gullo, for the Corndogs. So a college connection here between these two SCBL teams, as Garrett Sanner bounces that one to the shortstop, and the play is made at first, unable to get there in time for the leadoff hit. And so one down now for Harris and the Owls.
Now batting center fielder number 4, Caleb Singleton.
That brings up Caleb Singleton, who's moved all the way up in the lineup for this second game to number 2 in the batting order. Singleton grounded out twice in game 1, though he's coming off his best game of the season with 2 doubles, going 3 of 4 against the Honeycrisps. And that pitch is just above the dirt for ball number 1. Harris has that one fouled off, so 1-1 count now for Singleton. who coming into tonight boosted his average up to 400. As that one is in there for strike number 2. And that one, a good check right there by Singleton, who is second on the Corndogs in strikeouts. And oh, excuse me, Singleton is first on the Corndogs in strikeouts. And did he go? Yes, he did. So Singleton, not pleased with that call, but the K, the first of the night for Todd Harris, which sends up Cannon Pierce. Cannon Pierce, who had 2 hits in game 1, including a double to get on base early in that game, as he whiffs on the first pitch from Harris. Corndogs scored 3 in the first inning and then scored 5 in the 6th inning. Nothing in between. So looking for a little bit more consistent offensive output in the second matchup between these two teams tonight. As a 1-1 count on Harris. Make it 1-2 on another nice off-speed pitch right there. Harris winds this one up, and it'll be just high, so even the count at 2. And that one just low, getting close to that corner, which brings up a full count. And it feels like a good time to mention that Cannon Pierce leads the Corndogs in walks with 7 on the season. Large reason why his OBP is the best on the team. As quick timeout allows Pierce to get one more practice swing in. Chance here to go 3 up, 3 down for Todd Harris, which he is unable to do immediately, but the play at second is made. And so there we are, 3 up, 3 down, sending us to the top of the second inning with the Corndogs down 2-0 to the Owls in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Welcome back for the start of the second inning here. Second matchup of the night between these two teams. And if it's anything like the first, we're in for a great game. Owls out ahead 2-0 after 1 inning. Drew Lanzo gearing up for his second frame of work as that pitch is fouled off Noah Moritz at the plate right now for the Owls. Moritz from Orlando, Florida, had a double in the last game, playing as a designated hitter. Lefty on lefty matchup as Moritz cranks that one out into left center field. Can Singleton get there? And he does. First out of the inning as Singleton able to track that one down in time and made that look a lot easier than it was. Singleton covered a lot of ground out there, which sends up Drew Park, number 6 for Statesville. The 6'1" righty didn't get action in game 1. So seeing his first look of the night from Lanzo as that pitch sits just outside of the strike zone, so make it a 1-0 count here. Park from Caldwell Community College, where he's entering his sophomore year. Tips off that and evens the count at 1. See how Lanzo responds. Allowed 2 runs in the first inning, and now down in the count 2-1. But up until this game, Lanzo had gone 3 innings scoreless on the season, including his last start against Race City last weekend, as that is a beauty, getting a swing and a miss right there out of Park and evening the count at 2. Already covered how accomplished Lanzo was at the high school level, now in the transfer portal as he's entering his sophomore year after a campaign at UNC Wilmington. So 2-2 count now. Lanzo. That one hit dead center, and the line goes right to Caleb Singleton in the outfield. So a resilient at-bat by Drew Park in his first look of the night. Gives another base runner to the Owls here as number 4, Cameron Graham, steps up to the plate. Graham, another player who didn't get any action in game 1. Owls really emptying their lineup from game 1 as that pitch is low and inside for ball 1, make it a 1-0 count. Cameron Graham goes to Pfeiffer University, where he's in his junior year, as that pitch sits in there for strike 1. One out, runner on first as Park gets back in time. Cameron Graham, the righty from Salisbury, North Carolina, with the 1-1 count. Fouls that one off towards the Corndogs dugout. Trying to help his Owls get out to another lead here. Up 2-0 so far. Pretty similar to the first meeting between these teams, which a couple of hours ago. As Lanzo winds this one up, and that one is cranked into the outfield, but Singleton once again able to cover a significant amount of ground. Singleton bails out Lanzo right there, which brings up C.P. Pyle, the outfielder for the Owls, another Caldwell Community College attendee. He's entering his sophomore year, and much like Cameron Graham and a few other players on this team for the Owls, Atent is from Salisbury, North Carolina. So that makes the count 1-0 on that pitch from Lanzo. 2 outs. Park still on first, as that one is popped straight up. Gullo trying to track it. Pierce is the one who actually ends up getting it. And so a scoreless inning for Lanzo. Nice bounce back right there. And we enter the bottom of the second with a 2-0 lead still for the Owls.
Tyler Cotto.
Welcome back here for the bottom of the second inning, where the Statesville Owls are out to a 2-0 lead over your Queen City Corndogs. But as we saw in Game 1, no lead is safe, especially when this guy is at the plate. That's number 11, Tyler Cotto. Wearing a different number with the yellow jersey tonight. Against Todd Harris, as that pitch is just outside for ball 1. Cotto has gone 3 straight games with going yard. Looking to make it 4 tonight in this second leg of the doubleheader. And that pitch, pretty much the same exact location as the first, so make it 2-0 now against Cotto, who, for all the power he does possess, doesn't get too greedy with it. Among the team leaders in walks. As someone from the Corndogs dugout screams, Cotto, you have the green light, and good time to have the green light. 3-0 count now. Bottom of the second. As that was definitely a green light type of swing, but Cotto comes up with nothing there, so 3-1 now for Todd Harris. As the Corndogs went 3 up and 3 down in their first inning. And that one's in there for strike 2, so all of a sudden we're up to a full count now and a chance here for the Owls to build some momentum in the bottom of the second inning. Harris winds it up, and Cotto hits that one straight up. And the Owls will get under it, so that is the first out of the inning, which brings up Harris and Booth-Olette.
Now the play for Queen City, designated hitter number 37, Harrison Booth-Olette.
Booth-Olette went 0 of 2 in his last game a couple hours ago. Did get walked once. The lefty certainly possesses a lot of power his own right, as that one, similarly to Cotto, is launched at a near 90-degree angle. Handled once again by the Owls. And 2 up, 2 down, which sends up number 33, Peter Gullo. Gullo, the 6th batter in the order tonight for the Corndogs, starting at first base. Facing his college teammate right now, both attend Anderson University, as was noted earlier. Gullo also pitches for this Corndog squad, as he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. looking at both of those pitches. And now 1 strike away for Todd Harris, looking to go 6 up, 6 down through 2 innings. Unable to do so as that pitch caroms off the dirt and really no damage done, as of course nobody on base for the Corndogs. So 1-2 count, 2 outs, as that one goes through the 5-hole of both the catcher and the umpire, it looks like. So Reese Crump, who's protecting the plate tonight for the Owls. 2-2 count now with Gullo staying patient in the batter's box. And he lines that one right to the outfield, make it the first hit of the game and the first base runner of the game for the Corndogs, as Gullo gets things started with a single here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Now batting for the Corndogs, right fielder number 13, Luke Harris.
That sends up number 13, Luke Harris, who had a single in his last game, has also gotten some ground outs in the last game as well. So besides the single, not too much action, but did score one of the runs in that comeback effort. As Harris now in the 0-1 hole with Gullo, taking a lead at first. And once again, Harris gets out to an 0-2 count with back-to-back nice pitches. That one dropped perfectly into the strike zone. And once again, 1 strike away from sending his Owls to the 3rd inning with their 2-0 lead intact. Harris keeps himself alive with that foul back. And really good to see that Harris is even playing this game. If you weren't with us for the last game, he had a near catastrophe in the outfield, colliding with his fellow center fielder, Caleb Singleton. And that pitch, errant, as Gullo is able to advance to second. So now the first runner in scoring position for the Corndogs tonight, with a 1-2 count on Luke Harris, the Limestone product. A Harris-on-Harris duel. And the Harris on the mound comes out on top. Strikeout for Todd Harris against Luke Harris, which sends us to the 3rd inning. Owls lead 2-0 and get to come back up to bat after the break. Welcome back here for the top of the third inning. As the top of the order back up for the Owls. Getting a second look each at Drew Lanzo tonight as that pitch nearly hit Williams-Rem. Owls maintain their 2-0 lead. Lanzo gearing up for his third inning of work tonight. Lefty on lefty matchup as that one is down for ball number 3. So a quick 3-0 count now for Lanzo. And that'll be strike one, so getting himself within striking distance is Lanzo. As Williams-Rem, who has 91 hits in his collegiate career, isn't able to get one on that swing. And now Lanzo's brought us back to a full count. As the lefty deals this one in, and it is fouled back, so full count persists. Lanzo, the 6-foot lefty, has that one chopped opposite side by Williams-Rem as his brace falls off, and a leadoff single for Williams-Rem for the second time tonight, which sends up Alec Yount from Catawba, North Carolina at Catawba Valley Community College. It's keeping it close to home for college ball. 5'11" righty with a runner on first, no outs. And now an 0-1 count after Lanzo dots that one in for strike number one. Williams-Rem taking a semi-big lead at first, prompting Lanzo to toss it back over to Peter Gello. And once again, Lanzo throws it back to Gello. So back-to-back pick attempts there as Williams-Rem is threatening to steal second. Yount holds up on that pitch, so make it 1-1 as Williams-Rem retreats back to first. And now the dugout's getting a little talkative between one another from opposite sides of the field. 1-1 count now, no outs. Williams-Rem on first. As Williams-Rem is going to go, Lilly beams it over, and the tag is made. Josh Lilly with some fine work behind the plate to throw out Williams-Rem and get the first out of the inning for the Corndogs. Lilly, who attends USC Lancaster, one of the rotational catchers for this Corndog squad. As that pitch is fouled back, so make it a 2-2 count. And that is a game-changing play by Lilly early in this one. Certainly gives your squad some momentum when you can tag a runner out at second like that, and credit to the catcher. As with a 2-2 count now, that pitch is going to be just low, so bring up a full count here for Alec Yount. Lanzo deals this one in, and it is hit right to the third baseman. Gullo gets the tag, and a nice throw over there to Gullo across the diamond.
Now on the plate for the Owls, extra hitter number 9, Sion Barnett.
That play was made by Will Samuelson, who saw a little bit of action in third in the last game, never got the bat, but was put in for Harrison Wilson when Harrison Wilson took the mound to close things out. As Sion Barnett into the batter's box now for his second at-bat. Arguably the most productive batter for the Owls so far this season is Barnett, the Eskering College junior, with a 1-1 count now as Lanzo settling into this game, finding the strike zone much more easily here as the game has progressed. So with 2 outs, no runners on, Barnett pops that one up into the outfield, and it'll just be over the reach of Cannon Pierce. So that'll be another base runner there. Perfectly located, a little blooper right in between Pierce and Harris in the outfield, which sends up Aiden Canada, the lefty, for his second at-bat. Canada, a 6'2", 220-pound lefty. Watches strike 1 go in. Still 2 outs. Lanzo with a chance to keep this lead at 2 as he deals in again, and that's going to be the second strike looking. As I said it a second ago, but Lanzo looking a lot more comfortable here in this third inning. And now 1 strike away from getting this thing to the bottom of the third. And Lanzo has that pitch hit opposite side. A nice whack at it by Canada. And now 2 on with 2 outs for the Owls. Multiple 2-strike hits right there. Back-breaking for the Corndogs here in the top of the third.
Now batting center fielder number 17, Adam Featherstone.
That'll send number 17, Adam Featherstone, up to bat, while Lanzo and his catcher, Josh Lilly, consult one another on the mound. Featherstone, the 6', 170-pound righty. Has 2 on as both are going to go. Lilly doesn't know which one to pick. And now both runners reach scoring position. It wasn't pretty as Canada tripped over himself in the process, but with no throw, no worries, as now Lanzo has to worry about both runners on second and third. One 1-0 count after that pitch. Featherstone watches that one bounce off the dirt. And a nice play right there by Josh Lilly to keep it in front of him. And in what was once looked like multiple chances for the Corndogs to get out of this inning unscathed, now a potential chance here to either load the bases or bring in some runs if Lanzo is unable to get the job done. And right now he has a 3-0 count as Lanzo will need time to tie his shoe. So can't blame him for that time. Don't want to trip over yourself on the mound. As with the 3-0 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on, Lanzo deals this one in, and it is crushed by Featherstone, and it is going to be a home run. Adam Featherstone gets that one just near the foul post, but just inside enough that it'll go. That brings in 3 and gives the Owls a 5-0 lead here in the top of the third. Featherstone with the rake had 4 home runs as a freshman at Rockingham Community College, showing off that power here in Game 2 versus the Corndogs.
Now batting the catcher number 10, Reese Crump.
That's going to be strike one. But the damage this inning has already been done. Featherstone brings in 3 with the deep shot to left field. As that one is fouled off, so making it an 0-2 count now on number 10, Reese Crump, who's playing behind the plate tonight in Game 2 of this series. And that will be strike 3 looking. So Lanzo ends things off strong, but too little too late as a Featherstone 3-run shot brings this lead to 5-0 in favor of the Owls. We'll be right back for the bottom of the third after this break. We're back here in the bottom of the third inning. Owls out to a 5-0 lead after a home run in the top of the third that brought in 3 from Adam Featherstone. As that is going to be a hit. Never mind. Great play at first base right there. A sensational grab by Aiden Canada. And Samuelson lines out directly in the glove of Canada, which brings up Josh Lilly for his first at-bat of this contest. That pitch from Harris is just outside for ball 1. And make it a 1-1 count. Lilly goes swinging on that one, and we apologize. Looks like our camera might have gone out for a little bit of time. As that pitch is outside for ball number 2. 2-1 count. 1 out in the inning for Todd Harris on the mound after Samuelson went out on a line drive that went straight out into the glove as Lilly hits that one up and into the glove of an Owl in the outfield. So 2 quick pop-ups.
Stepping into the batter's box for the Queen City, the shortstop number 5, Nathan Sammy.
Which brings up Nathan Sammy, number 5. Got on base and scored a run in that comeback in Game 1, and now batting 10th in the order tonight. And with 2 outs, nobody on. Watches that pitch go low for ball number 1. sun setting over the horizon here at Charlotte Lyden High School. The Friar, as formerly known by the Corndog faithful in their inaugural season in the SCBL. And now a 1-1 count here on this beautiful evening of baseball. 2 outs, no on. Bottom of the order for Queen City as Sammy hits that one right down the gap and gets a single here in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. Bringing back up Garrett Sanner in the top of the order for the Corndogs.
Now batting, left fielder number 2, Garrett Sanner.
Sanner grounded out his first time up as Sammy threatening to steal. And that one just low for ball 1. Sanner had a torrid start to the season and has cooled off a little, but still a fantastic hitter, at least so far in this campaign for the Corndogs. As mentioned, leads the Dogs in both average and hits, and second in RBIs. Was first into this game, or into today at least, before Tyler Cotto blasted that 3-run shot. But the more important 3-run shot in this exact moment, the one from Adam Featherstone in the top of the third inning, as with 2 outs, 2 balls, and 1 on, Sanner hits that one into the outfield, and it looks like that will send us to the top of the 4th inning. Corndogs down 5-0 here to the Owls, and we'll be right back for the start of things after this break. Top of the 4th inning here, and a strike on the first pitch of the 4th inning from Drew Lanzo, who is being entrusted with a lot of faith right now, staying in the game here despite giving up 5 runs through 3 innings. As that pitch is high for ball 1. Lanzo entered this game without having ceded a single run the entire season, but all good things must come to an end, and now the talented sophomore who once attended Hickory Ridge High School looking to lock in here and keep the Owls at least within distance of not let this game getting out of hand or anything, as Moritz is up at bat right now. 2-1 count for the lefty and make it 2-2 as he dribbles that one off towards his own dugout. Two count as the umpire dusts off the plate. Gotta keep your home tidy. Gotta keep your home plate tidy too. Because it's not a house plate, it's a home plate. As with the 2-2 count, a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Drew Lanzo looking to get the first out of the inning, and will he be able to do so? Cannon Pierce unable to get there in time, and with 2 strikes, again, the Owls are able to get a hit. And now they have a leadoff base runner in Moritz as manager Jeff Pluta heads out to the mound. Maybe the last we have seen of Drew Lanzo tonight. And we'll keep you updated with that development after this quick intermission. We're back here from the Friar with a new pitcher on the mound for the Corndogs. Drew Lanzo's night is done after allowing 5 runs through 3 innings and some change. Moritz on first base has just got a single off of Lanzo, which ended the sophomore's night on the mound. And now another sophomore takes over in his place. 6'4", 215-pounder Seth Edgerton, who last saw an appearance is when he started against Mooresville earlier in the week, and as he throws a strike there to make the count 1-1, was far from his best day on the bump. Pitched 1/3 of an inning in the start, allowed 2 runs, and that came on 1 hit and also allowed 3 walks. Looking to bounce back here against the Owls, this time in relief rather than starting, as he's at a 2-1 count now. The batter is number 6, Drew Park. Moritz gets back in time to avoid the pick. Edgerton, who's pitched 2.2 innings so far this season for the Corndogs, throws that one in for strike number 2. A nice pitch right there from Edgerton, who leads the Corndogs in walks on the season, but with a 2-2 count now has a chance to notch his first strikeout of the game. he also does have 5 strikeouts. Make that 6 as Edgerton comes into the game and provides a much needed stop. 1 out now for the Corndogs as that sends up number 4, Cameron Graham.
Second baseman number 4, Cam Graham.
Cam Graham for his second at-bat. Edgerton from Greer, South Carolina, attends Belmont Abbey. We said he was a sophomore earlier. He's a redshirt freshman after this past year. Still entering his second year in terms of time rather than class at Belmont Abbey, for those of you who get caught up in the nitty-gritty. Still looking great to start right here as he has the 1-1 count against Cam Graham. Graham, the 5'10 righty from Salisbury. With Moritz still at first. Not taking much of a huge lead as Edgerton deals this one in for strike number 2, and that one clocked in at 86 miles per hour. Edgerton, big guy on the mound to say the least, 6'4", 215, using that frame to his advantage and getting some torque behind that throw right there. 1-2 count now with 1 out. Moritz on first. Trying to protect this, not protect, but trying to maintain this 5-run deficit and not let it balloon any larger, as that pitch is just outside for ball number 2. Owls, much like game 1 earlier, have gotten off to a pretty nice start. And almost halfway through this game, in fact further than halfway through this game considering it's a 7-inning contest tonight, as Edgerton notches his second strikeout of the inning, back-to-back Ks, to give him 7 on the season. And right now this by far looks like Edgerton's best action on the mound so far, as outfielder CP Pyle steps up to the plate. Another player from Salisbury, much like Cam Graham before him, as Lilly pops up out of his stance after that ball 1, trying to keep Moritz in check. And that's going to be strike number 1, with Pyle threatening to bunt. One count now, runner on first. As that pitch up high for ball number 2. So 2-1 count now for Edgerton. And Moritz is going to steal. Lilly trying to get his second tag out of the game. Unable to do so. And Cannon Pierce's turned upside down right there. Good to see him get up and walk that off. But now Moritz on second base. So a runner in scoring position for CP Pyle to work with at the plate. Edgerton, 1 out away here from bringing things to the bottom of the 4th. Pyle standing in the batter's box, as that's going to be ball number 4 and send him to first base. So now 2 on, 2 outs.
Number 26, Isaiah Williams-Rem.
And top of the order for the Owls is Isaiah Williams-Rem, who's been super productive through these 2 games. Steps back into the box, looking to extend this lead for Statesville. That's going to be a pitch 1 strike. And that one is just outside of the zone. 1-1 count now on Williams' rem. Moritz at second. Pyle at first. And that one is fouled back into the forest, make it a 1-2 count now, and Edgerton one strike away from bringing this thing to the bottom of the fourth. And that one hit right up to the shortstop in the play. Nathan Sammy corrals that one to bring things here to the bottom of the fourth with the Owls still up 5-0. Corndogs trying to make a comeback once again. Bottom of the fourth inning right here, as the first pitch that Caleb Singleton sees will result in a ground out. So the Corndogs' woes on offense continue as Singleton goes 0 for 2 on the night, which brings up Cannon Pierce, who grounded out his first time up. That first pitch is going to go ball from Harris. And Pierce is going to crush that one. Is it going to go? And it will! Cannon Pierce! That one was shot out of a cannon as he launches it over the right field wall to get his first home run of the season and bring the Corndogs within 4. Big hit right there by Cannon Pierce. The third player for the Corndogs to hit a home run this season. And maybe that will be what gets the Corndogs going right now, as Tyler Cotto, the leading home run man for the Corndogs, now up to the plate.
Now at the plate for the Corndogs, extra hitter number 11, Tyler Cotto.
That first pitch is low for ball 1, and interesting to see how Todd Harris responds. through 3 innings, had thrown an absolute gem for his Owls. As that's going to be strike 1 for Harris. Then gives up the big moonshot to Cannon Pierce. As that one's low once again. Ball 2. And after giving up a home run, the last thing you want to see is Tyler Cotto, who has 4 on the season for Queen City. Cotto popped out his last time up and now is ahead on the count 3-1. Harris loads this one in, and that Cotto might have thought that was a strike, but he gets the walk, so Tyler Cotto gets on base, and now the Corndogs might have some home cooking. Cannon Pierce gets things going in this inning. Now Tyler Cotto, a base runner to set up Harrison Bouthelette. Harrison Bouthelette launches that one back, and it will be caught in the outfield. Cotto retreats to first. A valiant effort right there by Bouthelette, but just not enough under that one.
Now batting first baseman number 33, Peter Gallo.
That sends up Peter Gallo, who had his single last time up. He actually recorded the first hit of the contest for the Corndogs. Now looking to go 2 for 2 as once again facing his college teammate on the mound, Todd Harris. Gallo, one of a handful of two-way players for the Corndogs. Might see him on the mound in the upcoming games, as that one is a bouncer right to the second baseman, and the double play. Well, actually, there were already 2 outs, so that'll get things done. A moonshot from Cannon Pierce puts the Corndogs on the scoreboard, but still a 5-1 lead for the Owls heading into the top of the 5th. Excuse me, and welcome back. We've had some issues with the stream, so we apologize for that. It's a doubleheader for us over here on the broadcast side, too. As with 2 on and a 3-1 count now for Ashton Wolf, who's 1 out away from propelling the Corndogs to the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs allowed so far in this frame, as Wolf gets strike number 2. The batter, Reese Crump, was already a quarter of the way to first base, ready to load those things up for the Owls. Umpire had a different plan, and Ashton Wolf squeaks by with the strike. And now with a full count, big pitch here from Wolf, who pulls back and checks Yount at second. As both runners go, and Lilly decides not to do anything about it because it doesn't really matter because that's going to load the bases anyway. So 3 runners on for the Owls, 2 outs, and that sends up number 24 for the Owls. That's Noah Moritz.
Number 24, Noah Moritz.
Moritz swings and comes up with nothing on pitch number 1 from Wolf, who is in a sticky situation right now. The lefty gets strike 2, though, on that one, right down Central Avenue, as quickly in an 0-2 hole is Moritz. And that one fouled back right in my direction. Keeps the count at 0-2, but also keeps Moritz alive in the count. So 0-2 count, 2 outs, 1 strike away for Ashton Wolf. And that will do it. So Ashton, whoa. That actually was fouled off, excuse me. So 0-2 count still, as Wolf has that one flown right up. It looks like it will be fair. Nobody was able to get to it, and miscommunication there by the outfield of the Corndogs allows 2 more runs to score for Statesville. Make this game 7-1 now in favor of the Owls. Can't really put that one on Ashton Wolf. A lack of communication between the outfield there results in 2 more runs coming in for Statesville. Now number 6, Drew Park, comes back up to the bat. 2 runners in scoring position and a chance for this game to really get out of hand. But Ashton Wolf trying to make sure that doesn't happen with a beautiful strike 1 right there to make the count 0-1. Wolf throws that one inside. As that pitch is high to make the count 2-1. Wolf, one of the youngest players on the roster, being asked to do a lot right now. And
Right fielder number 15, C.P. Pyle.
And with the walk, Gullo brings up number 15, C.P. Pyle. Pyle got on base his last time up. As that one goes straight up, Samuelson tracking it down, and getting under it is Will Samuelson to get the first out of the inning for Gullo and the Corndogs.
batting left fielder number 26, Isaiah Williams-Rem.
That brings up number 26, Isaiah Williams-Rem, to continue his leadoff action. Williams-Rem, the lefty, takes that one inside for ball number 1. Gallo has seen limited action on the mound, spends more time as a batter, but nevertheless, the Anderson University product throws that one in for ball number 2. And that pitch is lined into the outfield, and it is not going to be caught in time. Runners rounding the bases now for the Owls, and that will be an RBI triple. Williams-Rem with a huge hit right there. The lead extends to 8-1 in favor of the Owls now, and it's been all Statesville here. Their largest lead of the game. And really, apart from that one Cannon Pierce home run earlier in this contest, Game 2 has not belonged to the Corndogs as Gallo just tosses it back. And an out is made. It looks like Williams. That's a second out. It looks like Williams-Rem just never touched second base. Maybe that was the issue. Nevertheless, we have 2 outs now. As number 1, Alec Yount, comes up to bat. So, with a 1-0 count and some interesting calls made, we have a 2-0 count now, and looks like the run is actually going to get taken off the board, question mark. Moments like these that you wish that we were a little bit closer to where the press box was, as that's going to be a 3-0 count now on Yount. Williams-Rem hit the triple right there, and now chills at third base. A big extra base hit here in the top of the 6th inning. As that will be a walk, sending Yount to first base, and now runners on the corners as that brings up where things might get a little bit ugly. Barnett has been the Owls' best hitter so far through these 2 games, and maybe Williams-Rem is giving him a run for his money, but even so, the 3-hole hitter now takes strike 1 looking. Gallo launches that one in, low for ball number 1. So 1-1 count, 2 outs, runners on the corners as that pitch is low once again. The Owls have extended their lead to 6 here in the top of the 6th inning, and since it's a doubleheader, only 7 innings of action, so Corndogs have 6 outs to get back in this one, as that's going to be strike number 2 for Gallo. And now one strike away from getting to the bottom of the sixth are the Corndogs. Gallo, who has 2 strikeouts on the season. All right, welcome back, everyone. We truly do apologize for the lack of connection. We've been trying to figure that out. As now we are in the game time situation, and 3-2 count now on Caleb Singleton with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. As Singleton chops at 1 second base. And the double play won't be made, but for the second batter in a row, there's a double play. A fielder's choice situation. So that brings us to 2 outs with one runner on first. And Cannon Pierce, who hit a home run his last time up, the sole bright spot tonight for the Corndogs. So Cannon Pierce grounded out in his first at-bat, then hit the huge home run the second time up. The 1 run responsible for the Corndogs tonight as he takes a big swing at that one. Oh, 1 count on Pierce. Aspinwall 1 out away from bringing this thing to the top of the 7th. Corndogs, after having to fight and claw for a comeback win in their first leg of the doubleheader, now might have to do the same again as Singleton prances over to second base, gets the steal on the error. Well, the wild pitch, that is, rather. So now Pierce working with the 1-1 count. Drives out, 1 foul. So 1 strike away for Aspinwall. And only 4 outs remaining for the Corndogs if they want to come back in this one. That pitch is low and inside for ball 2. So Aspinwall checks back at Singleton at second. That pitch at the feet of Pierce and allows Singleton to get over to third. So now an opportunity here for the Corndogs to at least get 1 more run in here. Try to chip into this lead while they can. Aspinwall trying to pick up 1 more out here and get his guys to the top of the 7th. And Pierce looks like he clipped the catcher with the bat right there. Checks in on him to make sure everything is okay.